This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Odyssey Theater for their presentation of The Dance of Death.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Darrell Larson, The Dance of Death at the Odyssey. I've been an actor since 1968. I've been in about 100 plays and about, 200 television shows. I've worked a lot with Sam Shepard, who just died. I was at the Odyssey here 38 years ago in a play called God's Country, and I'd never been directed by Ron, and he asked me after seeing the Gary plays where I spoke to you before if what I wanted to do here, and I said The Dance of Death. It's always been a part I wanted to play, and I'm so happy to be playing it. I love this guy. He's completely nuts, just like me, and I guess that'd be the film I would tout as my best thing is called Mike's Murder with Deborah Winger and directed by Jim Bridges. So there you go.
And which character did you play again?
Here, the captain. The captain is dying, and as most of us, he doesn't want to face it, and he's disappointed in his life, and he loves his wife desperately, but they've managed to kind of get to a place where all they can do is tear at each other, and his heart is broken at what his life has become. So somebody was saying he didn't want the happy ending, but I think they earn it. And that it's not necessarily happy, as there are no happy endings. If it's ending, it's not happy in a way. I mean, it just, you keep going, as he says. So I believe in that, and I believe in him. And he's a survivor. And in that sense, I really admire him. And kind of like me.
This piece was actually about the meaning of life. Because when you face your death, suddenly you have to...
Exactly.
What is life? Now that I'm dying, what is life?
What is it? What's the meaning? Is there any meaning? And I don't think you can come to a conclusion on that. I think you keep going, whether you know or not. There is no way of knowing. I have been 2 hours from death, personally. I was told, you have 2 hours to live. And I survived. But I saw it, just like he did. He says, I've looked death in the face. And it changes you. To me, bring it on. I'm going to stand up as long as I can.
Yeah. Also, first, I really loved your character because it's like, first of all, a 50-year-old soldier back then. This guy had to be a marvel. You don't live to be 50 years old.
Well, he's meant to be 60 in the play, and I'm well over 60. So, yeah, I don't think he's been. I think part of the reason is he hasn't been active. He's not fighting. He hasn't been fighting. Yeah, I mean, yes, he's been stationed on this island forever, and he doesn't do anything. They don't do anything. So it's that kind of Beckett kind of life.
I really loved your performance. I thought you were fantastic. And
thank you.
Actually, I like the way you did the marriage too.
Yeah. It's a believable marriage. Yeah, I mean it's negative, but it's real.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Lizzy Kimball. I'm an actress in LA and currently doing Dance of Death.
And which character are you playing?
I'm playing Alice. Alice is a woman out of time, I think. She was a professional actor, and then she got married and had to give that up. So I think she yearns for more freedom than you can have in 1900 as a woman. And I think that is part of the main crux of her frustration with her life.
I loved your character. She was actually well, first of all, she's an anti-hero. I mean, you see a lot of great male anti-heroes nowadays. Like, even, say, Richard III back in the old days, and Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, but you don't see that many female anti-heroes that aren't just, kind of cartoonish characters who are just, very well what this woman's like. She's sexy, she's going to be evil, but she's going to be kind of do the right thing at the end. Your character was different from that. She was a real fleshed out character.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Strindberg wrote a fantastic character. Actually, a lot of his first marriage and his first wife are what filled this. So they had a very contemptuous relationship that lasted a long time. She was an actress as well. well, and not a very good one, probably like Alice. So he pulled a lot of that from real life. I think that's why she seems such a real character.
People rag on these characters. That the man was not a very good soldier. He wasn't very smart.
Mm-hmm.
The woman wasn't very smart. These two are very intelligent people. The man was very crafty, shrewd, and how he can keep a woman so intelligent for such a long period of time and not bore her, but also how she could possibly keep excitement in the marriage and not have the soldier just shoot her or something like that. But they just, and also in marriage, they stay together for such a long time. It's like something's got to be working if you stay that, even though you hate each other, but you stay together for 20 years. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I think they're absolutely a pair. It's very much like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. They kind of have to be together. No one else would have them. You know, they really do admire their craftiness in each other, even though it may annoy them or infuriate them. I think a part of them also admires that in the other person as well, that they were had so well.
Once again, real leather performance. You were fantastic in it.
Thank you so much.
Seriously, you're really fantastic. You got to be one of the. You're my favorite female character this year.
Thank you.
Female character, yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you come back and see it again.
Yeah. Once again, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with?
Hi, I'm Jeff LeBeau. I play Kurt in The Dance of Death at the Odyssey Theater. Kurt is, he's secretly longing, absolutely. He's always been in love with his cousin, actually. And even though he ended up setting her up with a friend of his, because, you know, varying reasons they couldn't be together, and things didn't work out with his wife, and he's been apart from her for many years, and he's had a rough go. He's lost his children, and he comes back home seeking to see her again and be near her, really. He takes a job. That's you know, that's the auspices of, that's the excuse, but, and he gets caught on a web. I think he's looking for family. I think he's looking for a home. He has no family, and he misses family, and he longs for family. And he also has a lot of dark proclivities. You know, I think he has some real addictions, and he's like all of us, has a part of himself that's maybe a little depraved that we'd like to shelve, and he suppressed it, and he tries hard to cover it with religion and trying to live a good life, but so he's also, I think, very much in denial about his feelings for his cousin. I don't think it's just right out there. I think it takes him totally by surprise, actually. He thinks of her more as family, and he tries to hide away and brush aside all the feelings he has for her. And as he gets caught on a web that he can't escape from, and the rest is, well, you see it. It's in the play, and that's what the excitement is.
Well, I love the piece. I thought it was, first of all, very intelligent. It was very real too, because the captain and his wife, they were really, how should I put it? They were very genuine. I mean, they were very honest about what they were. I mean, and they didn't try to pretend about anything. Even up to, that's why people hated them. They couldn't have friends because they were just so incredibly honest about themselves.
Absolutely. And Kurt doesn't know how to deal with that. Kurt actually has a lot of cover going on. He's trying to seem like he's the one that's completely in control and he's the right kind of guy, but he's got a lot of darkness and conflict that he deals with himself.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Maybe the worst and best parts of themselves, and some fascinating, ruthless comedy. And I think they're in for a roller coaster ride, where you don't know what's going to happen next, and they're going to go on a roller coaster ride where they think they may have it figured out, and it's going to definitely surprise them. And that's about the best I can say.
You know, this reminds me of something that just happened to me like 2 days ago. I met this director. I interviewed him. He did a show. His divorced wife showed up.
Oh, no.
And was very supportive. Brought his children. I looked at them. I thought they were just a happy family. Later, I talked to him because this play was about a couple, right?
Right.
He told me the whole story, and I was just amazed. You two are divorced. You look like you get along so well. This guy reminded me of the play. This is what the guy is. It's very real. This is what marriages are like. Yeah. People get divorced, but they're just. He said he actually still loved her as a human being.
Yes. And believe it or not, I mean, this of course is, it's an extreme, and Strindberg this is the prelude to Virginia Woolf with George and Martha. This is definitely what it is. That's where I'm sure Albee got the idea. And in many ways, Kurt represents, Nick, and I can't remember her name right now in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. But I can only say this personally, that all of the couples that I have known in my life, who I have looked at and thought, wow, that's the perfect couple, they've divorced. And the ones where I've gone, oh no, God, they fight. They're still together. And they're more in love than ever. And it doesn't mean, I'm not talking about completely nasty, horrible, I'm not talking about abuse necessarily, physical abuse. But I'm talking about just healthy, working it out and being passionate and giving each other time away and then time together. But the ones that seem perfect from the outside have probably got some things under the rug they're hiding. And so, yeah.
I really loved your performance too. You added a lot into it, even though again you weren't the villain. I mean, you weren't any of the anti-heroes. You were more of the leading man, I guess. But you actually added a lot to it.
I think he is a human being, and he's. I don't think he's he seems like he's the good guy, and he ends up being a human being with all the flaws and foibles of everyone else. And he's no more evil or no more better than anyone else in the end. But don't say that. I don't want to give it away.
Okay, that'll just be the secret between me and all my listeners. Once again, thank you. Once again, I loved your performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
The Dance of Death will be playing at the Odyssey Theater from September 23rd to November 19th. For more information, go to www.odysseytheater.com.